Here we are. This is the Work Sports Insurance Clubman MX1. This is the class that I raced in yesterday. This is also the class that my company, Work Sports Insurance, sponsors. So I get my own little plug now, don't I? So yeah, we are Work Sports Insurance. If you need anything, give us a shout. We're online. We've got a website. Just fill in your contact information out on there. I always say, you know, we're doing motocross. Us guys, we're out having fun. It's our families that are at home. They're the guys supporting us. So just make sure that you've got a financial plan in place for if anything did go wrong, then they're not going to be affected by you know, you just going out on the weekend and having a good time and spending all the money. Basically, that's what I always say. But here we are. We're ready to go for race 3. For these guys, this is the first race for them, though, of the on the live stream. It is Sunday. We're at Hawkstone Park. This is Clubman MX1, and they're about to get the starters' orders. They're going to go 30 seconds, and they'll get a 5-second board. So they're just going to get themselves ready there. We're all using these mesh grids as well. So everyone's getting the same experience, and here we go. They're going to get 5 seconds, and off they go. Who's going to get the start in this Work Sports Insurance MX1 Clubman class? And obviously, they're all going to be fighting for that first lap leader award as well. Get some nice points on the board for their Spanish motocross holiday. Looks like a Kawasaki out front. Just going to get my information up from yesterday. So looked like Adam Reeve, and I think that was Adam that got the start then as well. 7:31, Adam Reeves. Just wait for them all to sort of get settled, and we'll see who's doing what. So championship-wise, in this class, Connor Baldry is leading the way, but it is pretty tight. Mitch Best is up there as well, the Australian, the Thunder from down under. Not sure if he had the best day racing yesterday. Let's have a little look. So I know he didn't qualify too well. No, he ended up 3rd overall on the day yesterday, so not too bad for Mitch Best. Connor Baldry did go 2nd though, so yeah, little bit behind the 8 ball, but it's still all to go for in this Clubman MX1. You're back, Jeff. He's back. Back in the room.
Back in the room. I was just catching up with basically our race director, Paul Irwin, and also series director, Paul and Dad Neil. Started this championship back in 2014. But Paul now also acts as race director, so keeps an eye on the racing. Very quickly, just to let you know, we'll talk about it later on as well when we come back round to the youth 125 and 250 category. So the red flag incident, yes, it was a red flag. It wasn't Charlie Heyman that crashed, but
okay.
Charlie Heyman's bike stopped, though.
Right.
But he still takes the race win, and here's why. Because when you get a red flag incident, if you haven't reached the halfway stage or whenever a red flag happens...
Goes back a lap.
Exactly. The result goes back a lap.
So Charlie's bike stopped,
on the lap. I don't know if what happened to the bike, but it stopped, expired,
okay,
whatever, on the lap when the red flag came out.
But it wasn't him that caused the red flag.
So he didn't cause the red flag, so Charlie Heyman still took the race win.
That was...
So he is still on track
okay,
to win this championship in the next Moto later on today. So I just want to clarify that. If you're not sure of the rules of motocross, red flag incident, it's not when the red flag goes out to get a clear, you know, with the points and everything. It always goes back to the last full lap.
yes, correct.
There you go. That's me, Mr. Handbook. Anything else you want to know, don't ask me, because I haven't read a rule book in years.
So let's have a look at this then. Leading the way right now, I'm not too sure because we've been talking amongst ourselves. That is the number 2 though of Connor Baldry on the KTM there on screen. We did have obviously Adam Reeve with a cracking day yesterday. He ended up on 50 points. I'm not sure where he is now. He might have checked out the front. There's Mitch Best. You know, I said earlier, the Thunder from down under. They come all the way from Australia to come and race the Michelin MXNationals. So that is great. think the leader is ahead of these guys, though, that we're seeing on screen. That's the 115, who's a wild card, Darren Manning, I think. So he's under a bit of pressure from the number 4, Billy Saunders, at the moment. Just going to try and see if I can get the live timing back working. Still not playing ball, the live timing. So yeah, if you've got that at home, just go on the Speed Hive app and you can check that out. But I'm pretty sure whatever's happening here isn't talking to Speed Hive. We do have obviously signal issues. We're in the middle of the hills in Shropshire, and anything can happen here. So who is that? Is that Billy, number 4, just about to come over this tabletop? Yeah, so that's Billy Saunders on the number 4. He's sort of leading that pack out there. And then following him, we've got Connor Baldry there as well. And then Mitch Best coming through. Just trying to see where Adam Reeve is, because he was leading the way on the Kawasaki on the first lap. He's either way ahead of this pack of guys already, or something's gone on with the Kawasaki rider, the 731. But it does look like Billy Saunders. Does look like Billy Saunders is leading the way. But yeah, we do have a Speed Hive issue at the minute with timing. So please bear with us. We do have the timing. It is being logged, obviously, at the circuit. It's just not being uploaded online in time for everybody to see it. So timing, you know, we're at Hawkstone. This is why, I mean, people always go to me, why don't they run GPs at Hawkstone and things like that? It's because, you know, Wi-Fi, things like that, you know, this is something that needs to be sorted out here. It can't, the infrastructure is just not in place. So obviously we're going to try and work on this in the background. You guys just enjoy what you're watching on screen. And we're looking at there, Mitch Best, the number 53 there. He is being pursued by the 0. That's James Thompson, so he's having a good ride.
Yeah, as Callum said, well, listen, we're doing the best we can on the visuals. You have to bear in mind we are sat in a little commentary booth in a TV truck. We can't be out there on track, so we're only going what you guys see at home, and we're going a bit blind at the minute.
We've got a bigger screen now, though.
We've got a bigger screen, but we haven't got timing. So we have, you know, we're just doing it what you guys are seeing at home. We've just tried somebody else's phone to go onto Speed Hive here, and it seems like it's playing up with them as well. So maybe you're getting the same problem at home. Who knows? Right now, we've got to deal with it. So we do the best we can, people. The main thing is you're getting to see motocross action live, free of charge on MXN-TV. You know, this round 5. Hopefully, round 6, we're going to be announcing all our plans for that soon. And start drip feeding you where we're going to be going. We're scheduled to go to Oxford Moto Park, so we're going to be letting you more details about that.
Yeah, so I think Neil's got a few plans.
Lots of plans.
Talk about Neil popping in here. So there's a few plans, a few different tracks, a few potential tracks. It's just it's a matter of getting the yes, isn't it? Getting the nod from somebody. To get those, to get the machines in and get them built. Yeah, that was a nice move. That was Paul Atkinson, I think.
Yeah, going past
going past James Thompson. So there we are, those two. Is that Atkinson? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so that's Paul Atkinson and James Thompson battling. So James Thompson, actually, yeah, he's having a decent ride. I think he's been pretty good all weekend, though, Thompson. He is on the 0. He's sitting in 6th overall for the moment. So he's he's having a good ride, because when you consider looking at his championship stats, he's all the way back in 15th. So obviously he's got the sand dialed in. And he's going well. So there's that was Mitch Best just coming out of camera shot. James Thompson, he is in a bit of a scrap. So who's he got there? That is the That was Talon Aspiden, I think he's.
Aston, yeah, he's somewhere in the championship.
Yeah, saying James Thompson's having a good day. When you look at his champion, he's like 15th in the championship, and ended yesterday in 6th. So the number 0 on the Kawasaki is having a pretty good weekend by the looks of things.
While I was out of the booth just there, have you run through the championships yet?
I have not.
Right, so I'll quickly do that then for this Works Sports Insurance Clubman MX1 Championship. Coming into today's racing after 2 races yesterday, Connor Baldry is leading this championship by 39 points over the Aussie Mitch Best, number 53. Grant Martin is number 44 points back. So realistically, with, let's say, this race and another 5 to go, it's going to be between Baldry and Best, I think, for the championship. Billy Saunders is currently in 4th, rider number 4. Adam Reeves is back in 5th in this championship. Then it's James Thompson, rider 0. Michael Graham, always like to talk to Michael, the Geordie.
Yeah, nice there.
Yeah, he's on it. In 8th is Ivan Kerr. Last year, he battled for contention for championships last year, Ivan, over from Ireland, Northern Ireland. Jordan Ambler in 9th, and Jordan Andrews rounds out the top 10 in this championship. Brought to you by Works Sports Insurance.
Who are they, Jeff?
I've never heard of them.
I've already done my, speech.
Yeah, quite right. Well, good on you, mate, for getting behind British Motocross and sponsoring this series. So yes, motocross is a dangerous sport. We don't try to sugarcoat that, but it's an amazing one.
It is,
and make sure you're well insured.
Yeah, the risks are often worth it. Just make sure people around you are protected. That's the main thing. So still looking at Thompson, said having a good weekend, I think. Who's there? So we're getting our eyes on Mitch Best, maybe number 53. Give him a bit of screen time on the Honda. Obviously, we're still fighting so hard with the timing issue. It's just one of those things. But there he is. There's Mitch Best. Come all the way from Australia to race the Michelin MXNationals.
The thing I still like about that, the cool story about that, is because he saw it.
Yeah.
Saw the stream.
Yeah, he's probably fed up driving all the way across Australia to go to their nationals as well. I've got a friend out there who has to do that, and he says it's 2-3 days driving just to get to a race. It's not pretty.
There's Connor Baldry tearing up the hill. He's the championship leader. So we're trying to just pick up the leaders now. They should be the first. We're switching over to the descent in a minute. Okay, we're just trying to get a visual on the leader and work out who is actually leading here, because we took our eyes off the ball without the timing. While Callum leaves the booth, we now get our almost resident pro guest in, Martin Barr. Martin's just come in to watch, so let's catch up with him. We're not really sure who's leading. We think it could be Adam Reeve on screen right now. You've been out, you've ridden Hawkstone. Too many times to mention. Sand is your thing, so I know you like the track. Probably one of your favourites. What's it running like this morning? We've had a lot of dry weather. Is that noticeable in the track conditions today?
Yeah, it is. As you say, you know, I've been here many times before, and it is one of my favourite tracks. And it is weird. Obviously, Hawkstone International, always at the start of the year, is always pretty wet and technical. And today it's a lot drier, and it's different bumps kind of forming. I know they've done a lot of work here, so the dirt hasn't really settled in yet, but it's it's riding not too bad. To me, they've took a lot of the technical stuff out. It's very fast there at the minute, but you know, once it roughs up for race 1, race 2, it'll be a different story.
Over the years, obviously it gets ridden a lot, Hawkstone. Have you found over the years now that the base is becoming firmer as well? Is that something that's becoming more noticeable?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of the corners out there where you really feel the hardness underneath. But as I said, in places there where they've done the work, the depth that's back in it, it's a lot deeper and stuff. So it's yeah, just one of those tracks that you know, it's cool to ride it this time of the year, and it's always rides totally different from the start of the year. So yeah, but it's riding real nice there at the minute.
Long time since we've been to the top of the hill. You've been up there many times, obviously, but then over the last 3 or 4 years, because of health and safety, and we were down to a lot of the rock up there. They decided that it was probably too dangerous for some, let's say, like the clubmen and the youth riders, not so much for you pros. A lot of work has gone on up there. Is it kind of back to its former glory at the very top? We can't get cameras up there, but it looks like they've somehow they've managed to get a lot of soil up there and resurface it effectively.
Yeah, they've got that depth back in it at the top of the hill again, which is really nice to have it back in, because it's the thing about Hawkstone is the hill. Although once you go up to the top, the right hander's a lot more open. It's not as slow and tight, so you can carry a bit of speed around there. But it's really cool to have it back in and just keep Hawkstone for that famous name for the hill and the bomb hole.
Yeah, and as you can see, our race leader here, Adam Reeve, coming into what used to be the whoops. Some corners are still the same though. This corner's been like that for years, isn't it? It's one of the better ones. It looks, we say why make it so wide, and yet here you can see, even though it's that wide, the entire track getting used. And that's one of the better corners because it's still got a lot of the original sand on there, isn't it? It hasn't sort of been down to the hard so much.
Yeah, the hard stuff.
Corner.
Yeah, that corner's awesome. Even there in practice, there was like 3, 4, 5 different lines the whole way around it. So it's cool to have that passing opportunity and different line choices there leading into the bomb hole, rather than just you know, following the inside with some of the other corners. It still has that depth, so it's with all the water put down onto the trees, it's still pretty damp in there, so it's not drying out as quick. So yeah, it's really cool to have all those line choices around there, and you know, it definitely gets gnarly. You
like myself, were, you know, kind of started your pro career, your tail end of your youth career on a 2-stroke. Now over the years, of course, we've kind of gone towards more 4 strokes. In that time, Martin, have you seen like the difference it's made to the tracks that we ride and the venues we're going to? I mean, you know, like the sport evolves all the time, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. Is that a thing that's made tracks like noticeably different down the years, the fact that we're now predominantly riding 4 strokes?
Yeah, I think so. You know, obviously with the torque of the 4 strokes and stuff, it definitely does seem to get a little bit rougher and choppier in places. But no matter what, you still can't beat that noise of a 2-stroke, especially going up Hawkstone Hill. You know, I was watching some of the classes yesterday and it just sounded awesome. So it did. But yeah, it's weird. It's kind of, you know, nearly doing a full circle. Well, not a full circle, but now with the electric bikes coming out, yeah. It's going to be funny to see what way what the future holds and what way it all goes.
How is it for you right now then? Because we know you've been under the weather. You've kind of had this illness, this thing you can't kind of work out. You haven't been firing in all cylinders. Are you making progress with that? Are you getting any nearer finding out what's kind of going on with your body?
A little bit. You know, we're still waiting a few doctor's appointments and stuff. And then this week I've got a bit of a cold. You can probably hear it in my voice, but it's it's life. I'm just trying not to think about it too much. Although it's very frustrating not being able to train and do my normal practicing and stuff, but I'm just trying to deal with it the best I can, and you know, try and keep myself as much energy as I can for the weekends. And you know, today's it's going to be tough once it gets rough, especially with the heat and a little bit under the weather. But yeah, it's not football, is it?
No, you're not one. You're not one for making excuses. Listen, I know you don't mind me saying this, but you know, you're knocking on regards of the sport. You know, regards of a career in it. Have you thought any more about next year, or are you just getting through this year?
Yeah, I'd love to go again. You know, I'm still really enjoying it, and yeah, I'm 35 here in September, but I'm still loving it. Although it's a lot of travel and stuff for me, it's hard. It'd be hard to walk away. Yeah. And you know, and as you've seen last week, I'm still pulling new tricks out of the bag.
Oh, amazing!
Doing donuts and
stuff.
Hold
that thought. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, because Adam Reeve just took the race win. Hopefully, Callum has left the booth and gone down there to catch him. And have a word with him. I think we're going to go down to the winner's circle. We're just going to throw to a quick advert and then hold that thought, Marty.
initiative to move, so I make it harder. Think about it, so many people do be cool, man, look smooth. The world time has come to.
Very thirsty Adam Reeves. How was that, mate?
Real good. I found the flow, got the lead and found the flow, and yeah, just kept maintaining it. And
You've been strong all weekend. I mean, I was in the clash yesterday, and you lapped me at the end of the moto both times, and you look good. Obviously, bike's working well for you. Anyone you want to point out?
just all my sponsors, my family for putting up with me racing every weekend. Yeah, my dad, my mum, everyone who helps. So.
Well, it's obviously working, mate. Yeah. Get some water down you, and we'll see you for the next race, yeah? Well done.
Welcome back again, folks. Sorry for the technical difficulties we're having there down in Winner's Circle. Don't quite know the reasons why, but we're going to look into it. So sorry that interview there with Jamie Collins was cut short. Luckily, he did win the Moto before, so we have spoken to him at least once today for winning a race. So great day for him. Never won a MX-Nationals race before, and he gets 2 in one day. So that's a fantastic day for Jamie and his family. Well done. As we have got now the Works Sports Insurance MX1 Clubman coming on to the start gate. This is their second moto. It will be hot, it will be gnarly, it will be difficult, and they'll love every minute of it. Maybe. There's also probably part of it that they won't. But anyway, it's a tough sport. They know what it's like, and sometimes that's the most gratifying thing, actually, getting it done. Just getting it done. It's really good when you know you've dug deep and you've left it all out on the track. All right, here we go. Harry Bradley, we think, can get it done. We might have to double check on that as well. He took the opening moto race win.
Yeah, I think he...
Oh, no, sorry, Harry's in the... my bad.
He's an amateur.
Yeah, this is the Clubman Works Sports Insurance Clubman. Oh, there was a big pile up at the back end of the pack there.
Looks like Talon Asperdon maybe has got the lead. Who's that? Oh, Wigger. Wigger had got a good jump as well. He really did get a good start. So
Connor Baldry, your championship leader, out in front. So definitely where he would like to be. He's got a 39-point lead coming in today ahead of Mitch Best, and he's out in front over the Aussie.
The Thunder from down under.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to run it.
You have. You just have, haven't you? If you can have it, like, just do it.
You can't not have an Aussie and not say that.
So yeah, this is the Works Sports Insurance Clubman MX1 race. I actually raced in this yesterday, and you know, I am the director of Works Sports Insurance, so I thought I'd go and sample it for myself. Did someone just go down the bank?
Somebody, no, over in the corner is also sampling Hawkstone dirt while you were saying that. I couldn't quite see who it was.
He might need some insurance.
He might need some insurance. I'm just going to do it. If you, no, best. No,
he
Dan Hartley.
Definitely me.
Oh dear.
Hopefully
Dan,
he doesn't.
No, hopefully Dan hopping around. So hopefully that's just a sprain, and
he'll be back to it. Just walk it off. That's what Josh Gilbert said. I said, what's up, mate? I'm just walking it off. And then a minute later, he was riding it off.
Dear, oh dear. It's a brutal sport. It definitely challenges you.
And that's why it is a brutal sport, and that's why you need to get yourself covered. That's why I do what I do. That's why Works Sports Insurance does what it does. Give us a call this week. I'm putting on a promotion. I'm going to say it right now. If you call us this week, well, going into next week, when you watch this broadcast, do you know what? I'm going to leave this open for 2 weeks.
I'll tell you right now, I don't know what's happened.
I'm going to leave this open for 2 weeks.
I can see what's happened here, twofold. Callum has had a can of Coke, it's hot, and did you have a little swig of champagne? He's got a sort of cocktail mix that's given him this moment of like madness. He is going to offer up what?
So, if you take out an insurance policy with us within the next 2 weeks, and I don't want people just ringing up You know, just this is a complicated process when we do these policies. So if you're serious and you want to get sorted out for any family protection, life insurance, critical illness, income protection, you know, if you was off work with an injury, if you want to get anything like that sorted, in the next 2 weeks, we will kit you out with a pair of Michelin tyres.
That's unreal. I mean, you know, it's like, never mind this 15% off your insurance, you're going all in and giving like some tyres away.
Yeah. Yeah, a pair of Michelin tyres for every policy. But you have to say that you saw it on the stream, obviously, because then people aren't going to know. You have to say that you've seen this on the stream, and then I'll do that for you. I'll get you a set of tyres.
There you go. What a generous thing to do. Well done.
Thank you.
Back into the racing, we have Adam Reeve. There he is in his MX kit. By that I mean not MX kit. That's the name of it. EMEKS MX kit. New brand. They're doing good stuff.
I like it. Yeah, it's quite cool. And like some of the stuff he's been wearing all weekend is not pretty trick.
Yeah.
He tried to avoid me for the interview in the first one.
Why?
He rode off round, I don't know, he didn't want to chat. He rode off round the run. I was like, well, you get here.
Well, you better get used to it if he keeps winning these races.
I know, you keep winning, you're going to be talked to, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking good at the minute, and it looks like he's on one of Walsh's old bikes, actually.
All right, okay.
He's got the WP in there, it's got the MXology engine in it, so he's got a good bit of kit underneath him.
Yeah, obviously Dylan started on the MX1 bike this year, but didn't really work out, so the team decided to just go, right, let's give up on that MX1 title hunt and just effectively give up on both, because he obviously then didn't miss a load of points from MX2.
I think it's more to do with like, right, let's develop this 250 for the Supercross, isn't it? You know, like they really want to go, you know, full ham in the AMA Supercross. He needs to be on 250. I think he was finding it very difficult just switching between the two. Some people can, some people find things like that harder, so they've just worked within Dylan's best interest, I think.
Yeah, and we're hearing, you know, kind of noises that Dylan will be going and racing AMA Supercross again next year.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the full
That's
West
the plan,
Coast
I think. Yeah.
Series.
Mark's pretty committed. They're full game. Yeah, they're in.
There is Mitch Best. We've said before, great to have him with us. A lot of us here in the UK make a lot of sacrifices to go racing. Not many of us have moved the other side of planet Earth to come and race the Michelin MXNationals. Mitch Best has, so hello, good day. So you knew I was going to do that. To all you Aussie fans down there.
Looks like he's under pressure though from Billy Saunders right now. So Billy Saunders is winding up the wick. And he's pulling up to the back of Mitch Best. Obviously, all these guys getting pretty tired towards the end of these motos now. I'm pretty glad that I'm not out there, if I'm honest. I'm looking at it like, yeah, made a good choice. Made a good choice today.
Yesterday, I mean, it was relatively warm yesterday, but today, even hotter, and it's going to start getting hotter this week as well.
I was out of bed at 5:30 this morning.
Yeah, you did mention, yeah.
It hurt too much to sleep.
So if you're up 5:30, as we reach the final race of the day, if Callum starts lagging.
I actually feel okay.
Good. It wouldn't be the first time you've fallen asleep at the wheel.
No, we've definitely been through that in the past, but we're over them days now.
Okay, you're a better, well-drilled.
I'm a dad.
This is good. Billy Saunders, I think there is closing in on Mitch Best in the championship. Yesterday, or the overall, Adam Reeve looking good for the overall because he won the first race today. He took both race wins yesterday. So he's looking in good shape to win the overall this weekend and take round 5. But regard to the championship, Conor Baldery coming into today had a 39 point lead, over Grant Martin, who was another 44 points, over Mitch Best. Grant Martin was another 34 points back. Then 10 points behind Grant was Billy Saunders, you can see racing there. Adam Reeves 5th in the championship, 36 points behind Billy Saunders. So he gained points on Billy, but I don't think he's done a 36-point swing over the weekend. But it's going to tighten up for that 4th and 5th. James Thompson 6th in the championship, and then Michael Graham. Then it's Ivan Kerr currently 8th, Jordan Ambler for 9th, and Jordan Andrews 10th.
I know there's a bit of heat at the back of the field. between Lewis Wigger and Scotty Williamson as well. They're in for a little bit of a battle in the championship of their own. Scotty currently in 25th, so the 5-1-1. Scotty Williamson. That's a good ride for him, actually. I think he'd be happy with that.
Scotty always good for some good banter.
Yeah, he's a good laugh. He is a good laugh. Right, who we got on screen there?
Oh, I tell you what, race leader Adam Reeves nearly got that wrong. Just jumped in a bit too deep, and his front wheel landed in that hole just there by those little 7 banners. That's just to stop riders cutting through that corner, basically. They were put there this morning to stop the pros on their qualifying lap, because they will find any little hook to try and go quicker. Conor Baldry's coming back at Adam Reeve here.
Yeah, he is, and Grant Martin's coming into the mix as well, so it is tightening up the front. So it could be a 3-way battle for this one.
I think it pretty much is that they're in it, really. I mean, you know, they're not side by side, but any one of them makes some kind of mistake, apart from Adam, maybe. Sorry, not Adam, Grant at the back. But the 2 ahead of him, if they make a mistake, then Grant's right there to ride right by. Conor Baldry looks good. He's had a very, very consistent year, which is why he's leading the championship. He took his first race wins of the year at round 2, I think it was at Lyng. Just double check on that. No, he took his first overall there. Actually, no he didn't, that was round 3. Yeah, that's where he took his first race wins.
Looks like he's reacting to the pressure quite well, Adam Reeve, you know. Conor's just been, you know, putting a little bit more on, and it looks like Adam's actually responded now.
Talk of level of consistency, so I'm going to give you the results that Conor Baldry has laid out this year. Round 1, he went 3-3-2-2. Round 2, he went 2-2-3-2. Round 3, 2-1. No, sorry, 2-2-1-1.
Well, he did get a few wins then.
So far, he hasn't been out of the top 3.
Yeah.
Round 4, 1-5-2-5. That's the first time he dropped out of the top 3.
Yeah.
And yesterday he went 3-2. So he's just total consistency, really.
That's a Dungy-esque.
Yeah, that's why he's winning this championship. Rider number 2, he is just there so far in this championship, just hardly ever out of the top 5.
Looks good at the minute.
The best part in the top 3.
Saying Adam Reeve has responded though, quite evidently. You can see that he's pulled a few bike lengths on him, but like you're saying, you know, I mean, Baldry's riding with a lot of consistency, and that's what can happen.
Yeah.
You start going a bit quicker, these things are going to happen. So Grant Martin's going to get him as well, I think.
He is.
So
I thought, you probably heard my little...
Adam Reeves just started going a bit quick.
Yeah. You may have heard just me in the background there just slightly go, whoa, as he jumped into that section.
Yeah.
I thought he came in a bit hot,
Yeah.
a bit faster than usual, and that's probably what unsettled the bike, unsettled him, and down he went. So again, Conor Baldry, by sitting there, being consistent, mistake-free, has found himself in the lead. It's getting choppy out there now, that's for sure. No wonder we cut the race times down for these guys. It's hot. You can see, you can just physically now with your own eyes, you can see the physicality just being drained from them. These Clubman riders, of course.
I mean, even like being sat in here,
yeah,
it's warm. You start feeling tired, don't you? So it's definitely going to be an impact on the riders out there, especially in the Clubman class. You know, these guys are far from athletes. Yeah, they're fit, healthy people, but it's a different ball game. But there's Baldry looking good as well, and then Grant Martin following him. Is Grant going to put on a bit of a charge? We've got like about a minute to go. We've got 2 laps. I'd say, yeah, 2 laps to go from here.
From a championship perspective, yeah, why wouldn't he? He's 3rd in the championship.
You'd think that he'd want to go and...
He wants to get some points back on Mitch Best. He is 44 points behind Mitch Best with 4 races to go after this one. So.
I thought this would have been the day for Mitch, you know, with the heat and everything. Yeah. I thought Mitch would have just thundered from down under all over the place, like, you know.
Maybe he just different level of track, as in the roughness or whatever.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
quite. I don't know. No, but then they,
They
they
do
get
have
some
some
amazing tracks
good,
down
yeah.
there, obviously in Australia. So, I don't know.
Who knows, might just be having an off day, but we all get them, don't we?
We do indeed.
Does look like Grant Martin
He
is
is
just picking.
Yeah, he is. He's chipping away at Conor Baldry here. Definitely. Is he going to have enough time to get it done?
I mean, possibly it's a couple of seconds in it. It says 3.5 on the timing. I think it's probably less than that now. It's probably nearer 2.5. You know, Grant Martin's looking good for it at the minute, but Baldry, as we all know, very consistent. He's not going to be forced into a mistake, that's for sure. So it's going to be down to Grant Martin just biting his, you know, gritting his teeth and getting on with it and pushing on a little bit. But it depends whether, you know, the risk is worth the reward. And it may not be for him at this stage. So we'll see. Keep an eye on Grant Martin, the number 36 on the Yamaha there. And there's Conor Baldry going to take the last lap board, I should say. Yes, here we are. Last lap board out for Conor Baldry now. It looks like he's solidified that lead now as well. The latter half of that lap. Baldry definitely started going a little bit quicker, probably just responding to Grant Martin's charge, and then Martin back 4 seconds now, and they're just about to head up Hawkstone Hill. Adam Reeves behind them, and then Talon Aspenden, Mitch Best, Ben Saunders is in 6th. 7th is Paul Barrett, Michael Graham in 8th. 9th is Paul Atkinson. 10th is James Thompson. 11th is Jack Waterman for the minute. Darren Manning-Coe is 12th. Danny Townsend is 13th. 14th is Richard Evans. 15th is Ash Senior. 16th is Ben Lightbound. 17th is Ryan Davies. 18th is Colby Walker. 19th is Cameron Vickers. 20th is Stefan Little. So that's the top 20 in the Clubman MX1 Works Sports Insurance class, and you're looking at Conor Baldry, the number 2, looking really comfortable at the minute, and just sort of riding out the back end of this race.
Baldry, as we can see here, is again just he's got a bit like Callum said, he's got a bit of the Dunges about him, isn't he? Diesel, Ryan Dungey, just he's just there, up on the pegs, very energy efficient, and very energy efficient with his race management as well, and that's why he's leading this championship. He is up on the balls of his feet. Look at that lovely technique, good style, Conor Baldry, as we said. Calculated rider, from what I can make out. And
yeah, I think he just responded to Grant Martin, the latter part of that lap. Grant started putting the pressure on, didn't he, before, and then he just reacted to it. So Conor just raising the ante a little bit.
Yeah, it's I feel Adam Reed is still going to win the overall by going 1-1-1-3.
Yeah, I think he just tried pushing that bike, pushing the limits of the bike through that turn when he made a mistake. You saw him jump into there, and he absolutely launched it in, didn't he? And wasn't able to steady the bike out, ready for the corner. But there we are. We've got another winner.
I'll go and speak to Conor Baldry on this one. We're going to go to a quick ad break. When we come back, we'll be chatting with Conor.
julep, julep, julep.
Down here in the winner's circle with the race winner in the Works Sports Insurance Clubman MX1. We'll make this quick because it's bloody hot. Conor Baldry, we just worked out in commentary there, you've not been out of the top 5 all year. That's why you're winning this championship. Again, super smart race. You were there, pick up the pieces when Adam crashed. Got to be pleased about it's gone again. You're getting closer to getting this championship done.
Yeah, no, I'm really chuffed. Everything's been going nice and well. I haven't really made many mistakes this year, really. So yeah, we're just going to keep the ball rolling and see the thing home, hopefully.
How did you find it? Obviously real hot today. Tougher today, I'm guessing, with even though we cut the races a bit shorter, probably still even tougher than yesterday because of the heat.
Yeah. No, to be honest with you, I feel quite good. I kind of built into the weekend a little bit. I felt like I was a bit slow off the mark on Saturday, or yesterday, should I say. But now, I mean, we're back now, so it's good.
Good luck. He's got one more round to go to seal the deal. Your race winner, Moto 4, Conor Baldry.